quite developed. The Tommies are taking advantage of what cover they have. Two fairly desperate knots of men firing away at one another. Faced with that amount of firepower, the British infantry have gone to ground. They're going to have to try and flank this German position. They're unsure of the strengths they're facing. Now, there is German artillery observing, so away over on that side, probably about a kilometre distance, there's a 77mm field gun battery. And they're dropping some rounds in support of their infantry. Turn into a bit of a stalemate. Some of those rounds are dropping a bit close. That German artillery observer better be a bit careful. You know, they don't want any blue on blues. German infantry are moving backwards. They're going to take advantage of ground. That artillery is getting a bit close for comfort. A 77mm field gun. This is an A7V Sturmpanzerwagen. The German army didn't make any tanks. They weren't very heavy into armour. They built about 20 of these things. None was the same. They had advantages and disadvantages. A very large vehicle, 18-man crew, but it's well armed. It's got a 5.7cm Nordenfeld gun sticking out the front. Mark IV is trying an early shot or two. Mark IV has, this is a medal, 2 6-pounder guns, and then secondly, 2 guns. In terms of armament, these two tanks are really pretty evenly matched. 4.7 versus 6-pounder. Either of those guns will knock out the other tank. British infantry moving up behind the Mark IV, using it for cover. For the moment, the German infantry are keeping their position. They are in cover, they're firing back. Swinging the tank round, aiming for a shot at the German tank. German firing back with the MG08. German army did actually produce SMK round, Spitz mit Kern, which was an armour-piercing round, and at close in place. Machine gun is still firing. See the MG08. British infantry coming forward, keeping covering the tank, returning fire. Poor old A7V's cooking away there. Forward, the Lancers, the German infantry have thought the better of it. I can see some hands coming up there. British infantry has taken the German position. Fascinating to think that vehicle is over 100 years old and still going.
100 years old?
Where is that cup of tea?
This reminds me of
Yeah.
the other one. It's not good shot in the place. Oh, it's not so good feeling.
Very good feeling. It's okay, Sean. The trenches, yeah.
Front line. What's up here? Oh, let's see what's in here. Yeah, good.
Ladders.
Oh, no, you're not allowed to climb it. It's typical.
Yeah.
For God's sake, you just run up it. Good Oh wow. Oh, that's alright. Wait, can I have my phone? Actually, not.
Yeah.
This is what would be like a sword. Yeah, that's a man's in there. Hey, did you think they put a gun in there?
Mm-hmm.
Did it hold all that weight? The spinning machine.
It's cool,
There's
isn't it?
some pretty good stuff down there.
Panzer Grenadiers. Only the Panzer Grenadiers had access to these half-track Alpesnau carriers.
They look like
In here,
oh, my headphones.
every lead. As I wake up for the boys from Wisconsin. Very sensibly, the Americans are withdrawing. There's obviously a strong point ahead. Incoming fire. Right, this is going to be a problem for the Allies. Jeep is getting itself out of line of fire. The Daimler is quite capable of engaging those German riflemen, no problem at all there.
Here comes the bricks.
Lead 2 is choosing to stay clear and waiting for his big brother to come in. Here comes the M381 Stuart. We saw this morning, didn't we? A lovely also the cross-country capability, a very useful reconnaissance vehicle, and again, capable of dealing with entrenched riflemen. Dealing with anything the Allies have got on the field at the moment, although it's easing down a little bit. The light automatic fire from the Americans. The Germans are withdrawing, but they're withdrawing behind the higher ground there. And the 222's coming up. Now, whatever the Germans are going to do, they need to do it now because the Americans are being reinforced. The bulk of the American infantry coming in now behind the recce vehicles over there.
Just keep this area clear and moving if that's okay. So there's either seating on the left or right, or if you continue around there's more standing. We're just going to clear this entire area. Cheers.
So far the forces are fairly evenly balanced. We've got light armour versus light armour. Here comes the Hanomag. This is armed with a couple of heavy machine guns. Potentially a threat for the infantry. Not for the Allied armour, but for the infantry. Okay, there we go, an MG34 and an MG42 on the back of that Hanomag. The guns fire now, they've committed themselves. With that heavy weapon in use, the Germans at the moment have got the advantage, although the Americans have the numbers.
Yeah, we're keeping on down there.
Some of these guys from the 29th Division who came ashore at Omaha.
Are they shooting anything?
Having survived that, they don't want it to end here in this anonymous part of northern France.
I thought they'd be like shooting BB guns.
Now, how are we going to break this stalemate? That's how we're going to do it. Bring in some heavy armour.
Security.
One of the great advantages of having decent recce is you can get on the radio, call up support if you need it. And here we've got some heavy armour, again a mixture of American and British, an M4A2 Sherman and a British badge chaffee. We use some of these chaffies, again, often in a reconnaissance role. But unlike anything else we have on the field, the chaffee has a 75mm, there goes the big gun again. Now that Sherman has got the high velocity 76 on board. That gives it the advantage in terms of firepower. Hello, we've been hit. Hanno's been hit. Yeah, Hanno's hit and he's burning. T22's coming forward. That 20mm is going to be potentially damaging the infantry, not so much the Sherman. More rounds coming in. The Chaffees attempting to flank the Germans now to get that 75mm action. MD-34 in action now. A serious amount of firepower going down there for 34. So although the Hanneman's been hit, it's not finished yet. The 222's been hit. I think the balance has tipped, ladies and gentlemen. The Germans aren't giving up. The Americans, no, the Americans are on the high ground. They're coming in on the flank, advancing. The two-pronged attack. They've got some light machine-guns there, there's a BAR, we can see Browning aromatic rifle in use. At least a couple of Tommy
Fury
guns.
tank.
Here comes the Sherman. The Sherman now definitely has the edge on this battlefield.
That's a picture.
Advancing. It's interesting, the Germans appear to be armed only with single shot Mausers, but the Americans are able to bring considerable small arms fire to bear from their light machine guns. Sorry, well, there we are, ladies and gentlemen. They've given up. The German Kampfgruppe did its best. It inflicted some losses on the Allies, held them up. One of the advantages the American Army had, of course, was that a number of GIs were actually of German extraction, were able to speak German and communicate rather more effectively, perhaps, than we were. But yes, the Germans have surrendered, and this position has been secured.
Must be.
So big. Look at that. Oh my god. That's a big light on that. Look at that bad boy, it's got a missile on it.
Yeah.
Whoa, look at that missile, that could blow on the tank.
You look at this. Oh yeah. The gun.
That.
The entire spread.
How many shots would it take to take down our house?
Yeah, absolutely.
Sicuramente ormai la specie l'ha messa in testa, non c'è perché. Ma ora bisogna capire se l'ho sbagliato a guidarlo.
Which would be situated above 5 kilometres away from the forward line of troops in the battle group. So when we're conducting battle group objectives, we're trying to find, fix, strike and exploit. And the reconnaissance vehicles are very much centralised on the find element of this. Earlier you've got intelligence, surveillance, target acquisition and reconnaissance, and you'll be able to see how these come into play for this reconnaissance role.
Seven, 882, 8305, 8831, Azad.
Out.
Affirmative.
India 22 Charlie are moving.
So what we've seen there is the reconnaissance vehicles identify potential threats and feed that back to the battle group. The battle group have then seen that they require mutual support in order to deal or coming from armour and dismounted infantry. The battle group have then decided that they need to neutralise the infantry threat before progressing over the minefield, because otherwise they could have threats that could destroy their armoured vehicles. They're now going to conduct that. As we can see, we're now using the strengths and the weaknesses of both our armour and our infantry. The armour is provided armoured protection, enhanced sighting systems and electronic architecture, whilst the infantry are able to engage pinpoint targets under the protection of armour. As we can see,
io prendo questo, mi prendo un bel controlato, no? Con taglietta. Vero. Stai in giro a fare i giri? Sì, sì.
so as you can see, it's time consuming to be able to move over a small amount of ground, and it can take. Largely the same. The Trojan supported by the protection of armour. The Challenger and the Infantry and the Warrior are providing fire support, whilst the Ajax and the Ares are providing fire support, but also ensuring that the I-Star serials are continued so the battle group can get the most up-to-date sit-reps and make the most up-to-date accurate information. Whilst this is being conducted, the battle group will also be preparing for the armoured fighting vehicles to be able to push forward to this and gain momentum. And this will be done by calling a H-hour. Once H-hour is called, movement will be controlled by the reconnaissance vehicles, which will operate as the eyes for the assaulting platform. So now, all the armoured fighting vehicles will be provided protection, but also getting ready to hear H-hour so they can move on to their next phases. When we look at the Ajax and Ares, we've also got another means of situational awareness for the crew with a local situational awareness system which provides views of the rear when reversing. So all of these platforms are now in the forming up point referred to as the FPB. This is where they're going to be in low ground. So now, as we can see, we've got the armoured fighting vehicles using their firepower to engage and destroy the enemy vehicles in front of them. They will also have used fire missions to call in artillery fire. We're going to see the armoured fighting vehicles push forward and assault these enemy vehicles. vehicles engaged and destroyed by the Megatron Challenger 2. Now that that firefight has been won, you're seeing them pushing forward of the objective to establish that ring of steel.